Fantastic. I don't care who you are, where you from, or what you do. Just as long as you're chasing money, do what's right, never give up on it. Bring it on, bring it on. Are you ready? Unu ready? No matter how you try, don't you ever fall. Keep your head up high and standing tall and rising, rising, rise. I think that's one of my best Psquare songs. And now see why they sang that song. I see it now, especially for in Paul's perspective. Anyways, the Peter Okoye family drama has taken a very nasty turn. It has taken a turn for the worse. So Peter posted part 5 and part 6 of his truth. You remember the last video? He has posted 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Jude Okoye replied him. So now Peter has done part 5 and part 6. In part 5 and part 6, Peter said a lot. In part 5, Peter showed a video where Jude was threatening to kill him. Jude say, carry your coffin, come. Oh, Banange. I say the extent money the kind of, I will not say money is the problem, it's the greed. Uchoyo, Ulafi, gluttony, greed. Hi. So Peter said a lot of things. You know, he has already implicated Jude's wife. Had Jude put his wife as director without letting him know. People come, they drag Jude's wife. Jude's wife come, they talk. They try to defend herself. God, people will always include God. Waiting your name, fine, enter. Two boys. It's bad enough that your husband is taking the same share with 2 of the boys, even though they are the ones performing. It's bad enough. Your name can enter board of directors. So I want you to calm down. If you have not watched 1 to 4 and Jude's reply, they say you click notification bell. You say you won't be part of village people. No problem. So I made a video 2 Eke market days ago. I will put the video. You see it up there. Go and watch it. Then you can make sense of this one. So after this, Cynthia Morgan puts mouth. The thing has taken a mess. I will read the Jude's wife reply. So enjoy.
If I call your house, what will happen? I bring my coffin. Repeat them again, Jude. If your coffin come. If I call nigga, you don't repeat it. See, repeat it. In front of your lawyer. Peter, shame on you. In front of your lawyer. Peter, boss say shame on you. Stop it. Boss say shame on you. In front of your lawyer. I shame you down here now. You shame. Go now, I'll give me a minute. Beat me, guys. I'm going to be angry. Never beat me. Come with me. Walk with me. Walk with me. My time. What do I do? Mercy. You don't beat me. Beat me, mercy. This is drugs. Nigga, I fucking blow you. Fuck you. I want you. Respect you. Don't beat me. Don't beat me. Now this incident that happened, I think early 2015. Yeah, not 2016, early 2015. It's now beginning to make sense to me. After EFCC told me everything based on the investigation, this particular incident started making sense to me. Why the sudden attack? Let me tell you guys what happened in that video. So we are about 2014. We started to split our property. Remember, we split this property with Jude. We split every property we have 3 ways with Jude, which we are not even supposed to. I heard some people say Jude invested in Psquare. Jude was just a student like us. In fact,
We all graduated the same time. The same time I left school, that was when Jude left. Jude was doing nothing. Let Jude prove if he had an employment or if he was doing anything. The person that sponsored us as a brother was our eldest brother, the one that is older than Jude, Henry. I don't want to tell you guys what he's going through today because of St. Jude. Another story for another time. So, what happened? We have a house in America, then Squareville in Omole, 2-wing duplex. We all decided to share our properties into 3. So while we were building this particular house, Paul and Jude's own here in Parkview, the lawyer drafted a resolution for us. Everybody signed. Resolution in the sense that till these 3 new houses we're building becomes habitable, Peter now owns the house in America. Jude now owns Omole Squareville, right wing. Paul now owns the left wing. Now, because Jude took the particular one that we were living on, because it has furniture, everything, Paul took the empty side. I don't know why he did that, but now because Peter's house looks as if it has a little bit more value, he says I'll balance Paul, I think 25 or 30 million. Yeah, like say 30 million, yeah, in order to balance the equation. No problem. They prepared the document, we all signed, shared property 3 ways, which we're not even supposed to. Another story for another time. It's okay. I'm not complaining. Brotherly love. We left it. Then dollar went from like about 180 that time to about almost 300 and something. Guess what that means? Peter's properties now has value. Because now, let's say the house is worth $500,000. If I change it, if I sell the house and I decide to change the money, you know what that means. Dollars we're talking about. Jude and Paul were not themselves. Why? I had a long trip. I traveled to Turkey, Antalya to be precise. I went to go and stay with Samuel Eto. He's my friend. Like I stayed there for like almost 2 months with him. I was there. I got a phone call from our assistant manager that we have a show in 2 days' time. So no problem. I packed my bags. I traveled. Touchdown, Lagos. I got a message from our US caretaker. I got a message from her saying, Peter, why did you guys put the house in America on sale without telling me? Because she's also a realtor. I said, which house? Do you have another house in America? The same apartment? I said, no, we didn't. I think you guys did. Ask your brothers. I've confirmed it. While that was happening, I said, let me just get home because we have a show. By the time I go home, all of them were already on their way. So me, I rushed and I went to the venue. Got backstage. I met Paul. I said, Paul, no vex. Did any of you, or do you have an idea who put the house in America on sale? I said, which house? Like, that house we are supposed to, by the time we move into this house, she doesn't know what I'm talking about. I went to Jude. I said, Jude, I better go. You got an idea? Would you just say, come up my front and before I slap you? Did I say anything? Like, did I actually? That this is, guys, this is backstage, where my colleagues are, friends are, clients are. Like your next client is actually backstage. You say you're going to slap me? Did that, like, even if you're leave this brotherly love, like leave this brotherly thing. Like, what warrants that statement? Next, he wanted to rush me. Some artists there just held him. Almost, I stood on the table. I said, "Guy, you are fired." He said, "You fire me for waiting." Paul started laughing. Paul said, "Fire Motoma, I see now." While that was happening, they've already introduced us on stage. They gave me the mic. Some of my friends said, "Peter, just go on stage." Some of the band members, Peter just holding the mic. I dropped the mic and left. I left that venue. Yes, I did. I went to the car. I started posting. I tweeted that Jude has been fired. Anybody that does business with him, this is what Paul did. Paul uploaded a picture on Instagram. A picture that Jude is sitting down. I on the left side, Paul on the side. I know that popular picture. Paul cut me off and replaced me with a recording studio. Started writing things about family. Look at it, guys. Look at it. Long story short, of course, I contacted our lawyer, Festus Kiamo. I told him everything about it. He said, "You know what, Peter? Just go and pay that 30 million to Paul, and everything is 100% yours." I said, "It's okay." I said, "No problem." I then now walked up to Jude that I needed 30 million naira check. Of course, he has already known what I wanted to use it for. I wanted to use that to pay Paul. Jude refused to give it to me. Guys, remember, the same Psquare that have millions of dollars in their account, the same Psquare that has hundreds of millions of naira in their account, I can't get 30 million. You know the most surprising thing? Let me just bring you guys further. When we're in court, they say, me, I'm also a signatory. I say, that I and Paul can also sign. I say, really? I didn't know. And again, me and Paul have never signed any check. So, I don't know where that came from, but let's continue this topic. So, you did give me that money, and I had to run to my wife. When I met my wife, mind you, my wife doesn't know anything, any dealings on Psquare, because the moment I walked up, I was about to walk up to her, what's she going to ask me? You don't have 30 million, like. And I said, "Lola, can you give me 30 million? My wife was like, "What happened?" I said, I didn't even tell her what I want to use the money. I just said, very important. See, you guys don't have, like, I don't know what to tell her. I swallowed my pride. I was able to convince her. She said she doesn't have such an amount. Of course, she was working for her dad that time. And I said, "Can you tell your dad?" She said, Peter. I said, "Please, Lola, it's very important." Somehow Lola was able to convince her dad. The next day, Lola's dad gave me a draft of 30 million. I then contacted Festus Kiamo, our lawyer. "Mr. Festus, I'm on my way." He said, "Okay." He was going to send for Paul and Jude. We should come, I think should come around 5 o'clock in the evening. By the time I got there, everyone sat. This is the same office where that incident happened. This is what actually happened in that office. Before they started talking, Jude said, "I got Festus, I better show him." Let's now look at Jude like, is there need for this? That's okay. After all, if it's Peter, if you agree, if you don't agree, there's nothing will happen. Just send it to me. He just gave me a document. Guess what I saw? That Mr. Peter Okoye hereby liquidate his shares and now will be replaced with Ifeoma Omokeke. I said, "Who is Ifeoma?" I looked. I said, "Jude's wife." And I looked at Paul. It's not even Anita. While that was going on, I said, I'm not going to sign it. You say you don't go sign it, but you get right to say it. Many people don't do business with me. Northside, he asked highest share, him and Paul 70, that they will throw me out. No. Now I'm just looking at them. I said, try him. He said, Shebi is about to. Meanwhile, when all these things were happening, we were building these 3 houses with money coming from Northside Entertainment. While this was happening in like 3, 4, 5 months, Jude stopped funding my own. They stopped funding my own building. And when that was going on, when they stopped funding my own, I didn't want to bother at that moment, and I have my reasons. Because I wanted our lawyer to come and see it by himself. And I told our lawyer, I said, I'm not going to sign this document. You say, you need to go sign up. You need to go sign up. Go collect the house for America. Yes, I don't need to. I don't need to sign before it becomes mine. So when all these things were happening, I've already informed the property management over there in Atlanta that here is a document resolution that we have that this house is now mine. And that time, Jude and Paul confirmed it. So right now, I've sent the document to them. So apparently, Jude's wife traveled to America. They didn't allow her to enter. Jude now said, why won't they call the apartment building? Why don't they allow her? They say, you confirm that this building is now Peter's. Say, no, it doesn't belong to you. Say, if it doesn't belong to Peter, send us another document that the 3 of you signed that says it does not belong to Peter. Of course, they know I'm not going to sign it. So in that meeting, I now said, Shebi, your wife, go there. They pursue her. They don't allow her in. So don't worry, the property is already, with or without Paul collecting the 30 million, the property is mine already. You now say, Paul, no collect them. Paul, no just accept this document. Where could they go? After all, me and Paul will soon move into our own house. And once we move in, this document, this resolution will expire. Everybody will go back to square one. And I said, so all these things is because of dollar have increased. Peter's house, or the property that Peter has added value. Guess what I did? I said, Jude, no worry. As you and Paul they move into that house, me I go follow na moving. Since I don't stop to the fund my own. Jude now said, if you dey come my house, carry your coffee come. I'll go you. Like, guy, I'll go you. Bury you, nothing will happen. That was when I pulled out my phone. I started recording. I said, repeat them again.
If I call your house, what will happen? I bring my coffee. Repeat them again, Jude. Carry your coffee come. If I call nigga, you don't repeat it. See, repeat it. What of your lawyer? Peter, shame on you.
I was recording this video. My twin brother raised his hand and slapped me.
Peter, Paul said shame on you. Peter, Paul said shame on you. Peter, Paul said shame on you.
Now, because I've recorded the video, I left that meeting. Because it was on the mainland. I head to the island. And I sent the video to Festus Kiamu, our lawyer. By the time I was heading almost towards after the bridge, he now called me. I said, just come back, come and carry your document. You know why? Apparently, the lawyer must have told him, Jude, Peter has so many evidence of you threatening to shoot him or kill him. Now he has recorded you. If this is my case really start, I will not be any of you guys lawyers. You guys are going to sort it out yourself. That's how I turned back. They gave me the property document in the United States of America, Atlanta. That was what happened in that video. The video you saw. Yes. Let's not forget, this is not just the first time Jude has seen me. Yes, it's not the first time. Now, if you think I'm lying, look at the termination letter I used in September 2017. I wrote it that Jude have threatened me several times. In fact, I remember that the last one he did, Jude threatened that he's going to kill me and he's going to kill my wife. And I reported it to a certain governor that time, before the governor sent for us for a meeting. And after that meeting, in less than 48 hours after that meeting, Jude posted that threat on Twitter and on Instagram. Jude posted his hands loading on 3 months, and I remember that floor. He posted and he wrote to me, because you know I've got it. This is it. That is what Jude posted. And after that, guess what happened? After that, the fans started hitting on him. How dare you post? Because the fans don't know why he posted. They go, only me. And the question is that when Jude was doing all this threat and Paul was there, what was Paul doing? What was Paul doing? My own twin brother. Jude has threatened me several times in front of Paul that he's going to kill me. I know he can't. They don't burn out well. Face to face, Jude. They don't burn you well. Now it's beginning to make sense why you guys wanted me out as a shareholder on Northside Entertainment. What would have happened if I had signed it that day? Today I won't have anything to say, because I didn't sign it. You all went to create Northside Music. Yes, and your wife became a shareholder. The same wife you wanted me out, bring her in. I'm not stupid.
Everything about this EFCC thing is just mind-boggling and crazy. Now let's go to the secret company. My people, the secret company is none other than Northside Music Entertainment. I signed Cynthia Morgan with Northside Music Entertainment. All Cynthia Morgan videos has Northside Inc. in it. How is it a secret company to Peter all of a sudden in 2024?
And that was Jude responding 5 days after my open letter, and also addressing the allegation that Paul said I wrote a petition against him at the EFCC. Mr. Jude Okoye, there is nothing like Northside Music Entertainment. Look at what you registered. It's Northside Music Limited. Don't confuse people by adding entertainment. And again, there's nothing like Northside Inc. existing. Yes, there's nothing like Northside Inc. existing. We actually found another one earlier which says Northside Music Inc. Limited. Now it has gone to change to Northside Music Limited. Jude, you know what you're doing, and I'm going to prove to you that Northside Music is a secret account. You know about it. Paul knows about it. Now, if you think I'm lying, hear Paul.
And now I'm hearing Jude open a secret account. Biko, which one is secret account? Jude has been bearing Northside. First of all, there was Northside Music when Jude was doing movies. Later, Northside Limited, which was now the Psquare management, this thing. Now, Northside Music, which was the one he signed his own artist.
Paul, did you hear yourself? There was Northside Music when Jude was doing movies. When Jude was doing movies, we were still in Jos, okay? I now said again, there is Northside Limited. Come back again and say, there is Northside Music, the one now he used to sign Cynthia Morgan. Paul, what are you saying? He says Jude has been answering Northside when he was doing movies. That means that was when we were still in Jos, and Paul knows about it. Peter doesn't know. Now here Paul, he said Jude has Northside Music when we were doing the same Northside Music, but guess when it was registered? In 2015. That is almost 10 years plus or 11 years after we moved into Lagos. Now, in my statement, when I was addressing the EFCC matter, I said that Northside Music bank account, Access Bank, has, that's why I call it secret account, has address in Yaba, that is Jude's wife. And Jude, you lied again. Now here Jude saying, this is explaining about Northside Music registration.
So I want to understand, how is Northside Music that has a CAC certificate registration since 2015? How is Northside Music that was registered, according to him, the address of the secret company was my wife's. That's how we had to get my wife involved. It has to do with my wife's people's or my wife's home address. Please look at the address here. You can see what the address says. It's 178 Lola Holloway, Omole. Both my address, both my signature and Ife's signature says the same thing. Can you see that? Look at it. So why would it say Umokeke Ifoma Chidima 178 Lola Holloway, Jude Okoye Chidozie 178 Lola Holloway? This is the same Squareville. That's the address of Squareville where the three of us, Peter, Paul, and Jude, lives. Or rather, we were living then.
Yes, Jude, you are absolutely correct. That's the same address the three of us used to live at Omole. But Jude, you're only talking about the CAC document registration. I am talking about the bank account, Access Bank account address. The address you have there is your wife's family address. Now guys, listen to Jude, how he was trying to respond to this allegation. Listen.
He had to look for a way to go and twist the EFCC situation to make it look fraudulent. The address he was talking about, if my wife having her people's address, was the address of the account opener. The accountant that opened the account address. He went and picked account opener. Oh, they opened an account with their address and now came out and said,
now, I think we all look stupid now. Your account officer woke up one morning, decided to put his own address. Jude, hear yourself. This is same you. So let me give you guys, let's analyze this. If you want to open a corporate account or a business account, you must submit your CAC document. The same CAC that Jude showed up, he showed the address. Why didn't they put that address there? Jude, you know why? You know why? Because if you have put that address, you say we live together. When we live together, if they send mails or parcel, anything, it will arrive in our house. Maybe the day you're not around, I might pick it up and look at the envelope and I'll tear it, I'll open it and I'll discover there's a company called Northside Music. That was why you told them not to put your address. How can your account officer put your address? Please guys, hear Jude. That his account officer just decided to put his address. That I'm trying to... Jude, you know what you are doing. Jude, you know what you are doing. Imagine now, tomorrow, they decide to use, even the account officer, you must provide that account officer. Because you know why? Imagine if they use that account to do a fraudulent act. That account officer will be in trouble. Why would you do that? Why would your account officer put his own address in your company bank account? How is that possible? My people, hear Jude. I'm not stupid. And again, Jude, why is your wife's date of birth says 1980? That means we're age mates. Right? Jude, everything about Northside Music is falsified. You know. Now talking about date of birth. Yeah, I changed my birthday. I'm sure everything I've said, it was to change my birthday. I would say I didn't change my birthday. I say my birthday celebration. But see, right now, I changed down my birthday. It's worth it. Do you guys know what I've been going through ever since Psquare had problems? And anytime we're celebrating our birthday, it will be insult upon insult from my wife to myself. Now, you guys will remember all this. Ever since Psquare we were having problem, Lola will always go to, she doesn't know how to post happy birthday to me alone. Because she posts alone, they will start insulting her. She will not post I and Paul. Of course, you know how Paul always respond. Paul will post on the story, go to the page, insult her. Until the last one Paul did, me and Lola had serious fight. I told her not to post. When Lola posted, look at what Paul posted in his story. It shamed her. So that Paul said something like, in fact, look at, guys, read. Man, no vex. And people expect me to continue celebrating the same birthday date with you, bro. You know what really adds up to all this? That every November 18th, Peter Okoye, I have to leave my house. Either I travel or I pretend I travel, I go to my friend's place or look for somewhere and stay alone. I don't stay with my family. You know why? Paul always throws party, barbecue party, every November 18th. And he's going to have people. Of course, those people don't want to feel guilty. When they don't gossip finish, they can come my place, come begin to talk, or they want to come and see me. I don't do all that. I just wanted to have, like, I just want to remove my mind, because this whole every November 18th, Psquare crisis will start hitting on the internet. And again, even I try my possible best to start releasing music videos, some new song on November 18th, so that I don't have to post happy birthday to myself or anything. I just post new music video. For example, look at it here. This song, November 18th. That one, again, November 18th. This one, November 17th. Well, you see, November 18th, I have to put it on hold for it to upload. So every November 18th is always this sort of about Mona Noves. I don't change the birthday. Full time. November 30th. Yes, I know I cannot change. To try to change all my documentation, my passport, it will take a long process, because you guys know I'm on tour. I travel all the time, living like that. My celebration on November 30th, everybody don't like, I mean, go heated for war. So guys, if there's something that's bothering me here, is how did Jude convince the aggregators to say stop paying money inside Northside Entertainment and start paying the money inside Northside Music? How did they do it? Because these people would have asked for my letter of authorization. I would have signed. But there's one shocking discovery. Go to the portal. This thing is in CSE portal. Look at this, guys. This is Northside Entertainment, a management company owned by 3 of us: Jude Okoye, Paul Okoye, Peter Okoye, as shareholders, as directors. But guess what? Look on top of there. It says 3 officers, 3 of us. This is where the shocking discovery happens. Now, here is Northside Music. Who are the directors and shareholders? Only Jude and his wife. Look at it. Jude Okoye, the former Mokikabi. Okay. But look at the officers. How come they are 4 in number? How come they are 4? What really happened? Who are the remaining 2? Obviously, still Peter and Paul. Obviously, what they did was to fill up the form for Northside Music with Peter, Paul, and Jude. I don't know if they forged my signature. I don't know how, but this is what I think that happened. They set up Northside Music, included me and Paul. When they are done, they sent it out to the aggregators. Probably they told them that Northside Entertainment is the management company, while Northside Music is now the record label. The aggregators all started paying money inside Northside Music. The moment they started paying money, they have to go, probably they have to create another letter to say, oh, Peter and Paul are no more shareholders or directors. That thing that they wanted to do to me, that we had the fight in that office, they have to remove me and Paul, because the deed had been done. They've achieved what they wanted to do. They started paying money inside Northside Music. He now included his wife. It was the same period. Probably that's what they did. I don't know, but I feel that's what they did. That's what we have. How come you and your wife are shareholders and directors of the company, but we have 4 officers? Who are the 2? So now what I mean, that's why you have 4 people. That's what they did, if you ask me. Because if you decide to go and buy shares in this company, you're going to ask, who are the remaining 2 shareholders? I think that's what happened. Jude, you know what you did. Come on! You don't know what you did. And guys, guess what? I've forgiven them, but they can never have access to me. Forgiveness is not having access to me. I forgive myself, first of all, for allowing this bullshit to happen. I forgive him. It does not take away the data of what they did to me. Let's continue. I'm sure most of you will be shocked if I say this. In all this that is happening, Jude served me a letter. Yes. There's another court case. Hope you all know that the case right now is between Northside Music and federal government and the state government. I'm only just a witness, so I have nothing to do with it. But there's another one that is coming. Jude served me a letter. Yes. They just did the hearing recently. It go long. It go long. I guess the letter he served me with in support of Paul, that he's the Psquare. During the hearing, first thing they wanted to do was to stop me from performing Psquare song. Damn, Jude, come on, bro. There's a paragraph that I want you guys to read. No, these guys don't see me finish. No, don't see me finish. Read this paragraph. That contrary to the paragraph 5 of the center affidavit of the 3rd defendant, I have been coming to Lagos. That's Jude. I've been coming to Lagos for years before bringing the 3rd and 4th defendant, that's Peter and Paul, to Lagos in 2005. I was the person that put up the brand Psquare together from inception after Paul Okoye, the 4th defendant, left MMPP and started singing and writing songs alone as solo artist. I was the one who invited Mr. Peter Okoye, the 3rd defendant, to bring his dancing skills and join Mr. Paul Okoye. Hey! CC finish. Jude. CC finish. So Jude, in your claim that you brought Psquare into Lagos in 2005, so automatically that makes you the owner of Psquare. I need to ask you a question. Psquare first album came out in 2003. That does not mean that was when we started our career. We've been singing like almost 4 or 5 years before our first album. So within that time, Awuti was our manager. Who were you? Yes, Jude. In the contract we signed with Awuti, the first contract we signed with Awuti for almost 5 years, was the signature there? What were you doing? Jude, you were in school. You were in school. Choma, our mother, Hawati, almost 8 years before we brought you in. So after our first album, 2 years after our first album, because you brought us to Lagos, according to you, did you bring us to Lagos? Jude, we brought you to Lagos. I sold my car, Honda Civic. I was the one, we actually came to Lagos, paid for our first house. I have the receipt, I'll look for it. Our first house in Egbemi, I paid for it. When we paid, there was no TV, there was no nothing. You and Paul even ran away. I stood back. It was me that booked a show at Ilorin, and I used that 70,000 to buy second-hand TV, chair, everything. You and Paul were nowhere to be found. On a wrong go just back. All of a sudden, you own Psquare. You dey sue Peter. And Paul, they support you. Paul is coming to be a witness for you. I say go long. You know what they pepper you, Jude? You know what they pepper you? Paul, you know what they pepper you now? Should I say it? Let me say it. So apparently, when EFCC were doing the investigation, they discovered 2 big mansions 2 minutes away from this house. Guess who owns them? Paul and Jude. They traced it and found out they actually bought it from the stolen money. Now they've frozen it, they've seized it, they sealed it up for future. And that's why they are mad.
So you see it. So Jude's wife replied, you know, people include God in everything. Let me read Jude's wife reply. There comes a time when silence is no longer about fear, but about entrusting the truth to God. I have become aware of stories that have been twisted and manipulated to draw me into dispute that I neither created nor desire. I will not respond by trading accusation of fueling public conflict. As a believer, I choose to let God be my witness, for he knows every conversation, every intention, and every truth hidden from human eyes. The story of Ananias and Sapphira reminds us that while people can deceive others for a time, no one can deceive God. He is the righteous judge who weighs every motive, exposes every falsehood, and opposes the truth in his perfect time. I have no desire to defend myself before those committed to misunderstanding me. Truth does not need manipulation to prevail, and I trust God to vindicate what is right. My prayer is not for judgment, but for mercy. May God bring conviction where is needed, healing where there is brokenness, and peace where there is unrest. May he soften hardened heart, restore what has been damaged, and lead us all to the truth, humility, repentance, and his perfect love. Amen, madam. But how your name take enter documents? How were you involved in all of this? Talk how you involved. Leave God. Leave God out of it. I don't like when people try to bring God and try to use religion to give trip. How your name take enter document? How you take be director for company where 2 boys they hustle? How is your husband sharing property 3 ways? 3 ways. I keep saying it, that it's money that is the problem of this whole thing. Come and see the way they drag Jude's wife. They drag her by a wig. People drag her. Drag her, what's no good? All these ones where they talk God, they drag her. And I still blame Peter. Because from Peter's own submission, you have a lawyer. When you say people that allegedly move shady, why didn't you get your own personal lawyer? You don't even know that you are a signatory to account. So if you need money, you go meet Jude, say, Jude, give me money. For company with 3 of una form. How does that work? So Jude is now your accountant. So if you need money now, you go meet Jude, say, Jude, give us money. You don't even know your rights. You didn't read your legal. The moment you saw that you see people, they go funny, then you go and hire an attorney apart from Festus Kiyamo, make your attorney will be representing you. You go come through the documents. First of all, before you sign anything, let your attorney read it. You know your role, you know your rights. Because I know where exactly, and I keep saying it, I know where the resentment starts. It starts when Jude started taking the same share with the fellow boys. And Paul will support Jude because Paul feels that he is the one that writes the song and he's the one that does most of the work. So why should Peter take the same as him? So you see, Paul is supporting Jude. Jude is not supposed to be taking the same share as Paul and Peter. Paul thinks he's supposed to take more than Peter because he writes the song and he does everything. He sees Peter as a lesser talent because Peter only dances. At the end of the day now, you people created something special. Then you blew it out of greed. You blew it out of greed. It's sad. It's really, really sad. So Jude's ex-signee, Cynthia Morgan, you know, say that one too, now so her life safe. Her music career. Very talented. When you see, I keep saying it, when it comes to her genre, Cynthia Morgan is the best in her class in Africa. I will stand on that hill. There is nobody when it comes to her genre. Cynthia Morgan, nobody near Cynthia Morgan. Cynthia Morgan weighed in on the. If there's one thing I know about Jude Engees, I know for a fact that he can make the truth disappear, either in front or behind the cameras. I'm a living witness of his wickedness. But the difference this time is he came with chats and emails. So our only hope to getting the truth this time is judiciary. So help them, God. So you see, Cynthia is blaming Jude because of her past dealings with Jude. I look at this, I say, oh, this matter go long, like Peter said. Because how is Jude trying to stop Peter from performing Psquare songs? How? At this point, it's starting to feel like a witch hunt. These two boys, they sang the songs together. Whether one person writes, one person no write. At the end of the day, Psquare. Allow Peter perform Psquare song. Allow Paul perform Psquare songs. Then they can perform their own personal catalog. The damage is done. Don't make it worse. Jude, the damage is done. Don't make it worse. Allow the guy perform Psquare songs. Whether you feel that he didn't, when I feel say he no contribute or not, Psquare is Psquare, and it consists of Peter and Paul. I don't like all of this. It is well. God go heal now. God go heal now. All these things we they do, like creating hate for nothing. It is well. I don't go. Hey, where are you going?
It is smoky.
When you finish watching this video now, didn't you laugh? You laughed. And yet, you still refuse to subscribe. Are you among my village people? Or you dey fly for night, you be winch? Even if adulthood problem is too much on your head and you didn't laugh, you learned something or you smiled and I made you forget your problems for 10 minutes. You don't want me to make it in life. It's little actions like this. Some of you think witchcraft is only when you fly at night. This act you just wanted to commit now is witchcraft. Don't be among my village people and no chawe. Click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell. Put it on all notifications so you get notification when I drop a new video. And share to your friends so that they too, they will be happy and forget about adulthood problems. Oh, and me too. I will make it in life. So that tomorrow when you see me on the street, you'll be proud that I contributed to that man's success. Oh, I post video every day to make you laugh. Okay, now if you want to watch the last video I posted yesterday, you will click here. If you want to watch my playlist, all the funny videos that I've been making on YouTube, I put it all in one playlist. You click here and you click here to subscribe. Don't you feel good with yourself now? Thank you for subscribing.